I saw everything.
All right. We hath returned. Oh, let's get our alt log in real quick and get to some mining, shall we? On that alt specifically is what I mean. Well, we'll farm some clay on this one. Long term, maybe one of these days we'll get into some shenanigans. Keeps telling me I've completed the tutorial. It's like, I know. I did last time. Like the first time I was on. Completed it then, bro. Come on, log my alt in, dang it. Get him mining for us while we go murder some bandits. Probably should go back to that rat cave, but man, it is a like hour-long process. Effective though. I mean, you pretty regularly get a good amount of clay. And there's a lot of them in there. No, we don't want this spear. Turn that back on. I have to turn it off anytime I'm trying to do something else because it just bogs the whole machine down. Let's see, where's my good? I think there's the one I've been using. Unfortunately, it's probably not too far off of starting to deal reduced damage because of its ever depleting durability. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. What was I gonna do? Oh yes, log my alt in. Alright, hold on. Let me get him logged in. Okay, he's logging in. And we're off. Oh, wrong way. Right way. We are gonna ask again because it's been a while. Gonna ask about somebody able to make a two-handed axe for us. Got the freaking intro video song stuck in my head now. Hold on, I'm gonna fix something while I'm thinking about it because I just looked and it's bothering the shit out of me. This dude not supposed to be. Oh, little. Alright. Nice thing about him being a little larger than he was is I can make the old chat window a bit bigger in game. I'm not too worried about it on these characters. I mean, anybody online playing is gonna see the same shit I'm looking at in help chat. It's more for when I'm on my alts or my main character rather, and there might be sensitive guild messages, but I know I don't obscure all of it, so it's not like, you know, I don't know. It's as much of just like a obsessive compulsive thing than it is anything else. Let's go to the old Altaroo. Over here. I guess it would help if I thought I did earlier, but apparently not. Not unmute the game sound, so just running around in silence. One thing we can test out. One thing I spent a lot of time last night. I spent some more time today trying to get it even better. I did not succeed in the second attempt to make it even better, but I did succeed in the first attempt. Get it to where? See here. Let's do the old shuffle. And let's see. We'll turn it down, because it's rather obnoxiously loud. We're just gonna do some nice ambient background. I'm gonna mute my mic and turn up the stream. I don't get an echo, but I want to hear and see how the volume is. Well, shit, I guess I spoke too soon on... Oh, echoing. I guess I spoke too soon on saying that I had it working, because it was, but now it isn't. Let me check the sound setting real fast. Alright, mixer. Not the streaming platform, the sound mixer. Yeah, what the hell? Okay, it's supposed to go into that. Then I can feed that out to the stream. Or so I thought. Oh, I think I know what I did. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I have that set up right. Yeah, I guess I don't have it set up right. Yeah, I guess set up right. Damn it, we're echoing. Hold on. Sorry. You're gonna hear that twice now. Testing. Why do I come through twice? Testing. God damn it. I spent so much time. I literally followed a guide like to the fucking letter and it was working last night. So, of course it's not working now. Alright, so it sends it through that one and it's supposed to go out. Oh, why? Why? Why do I always get like so close but like never quite? Never quite. I need someone with some expertise to work with me on this shit. Get all these little fucking things figured out. It's like the worst part is I'm like technically savvy enough that you know I usually manage this kind of stuff just fine, but voice meter has for a long time just kicked my ass. Alright. Why do I still come through that? All right. Why can't I get it? I'm even like looking at the like screenshots I took of the way the dude had his shit set up, so that way, like, if I forgot, I could reference. I don't feel like I forgot. Like, I'm remembering the video now, and I'm like trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, it was working. Not only do I assume, but I'm fairly positive that I did it right, but clearly not, as it is not working. I just don't know why it's duplicating my voice. Oh my hell. That's the worst part is like you'll find a million tutorials on Voicemeeter. You will find a virtually unlimited number of tutorial videos that show you shit about Voicemeeter. Because it is that fucking convoluted. It is powerful, but god damn does it need some serious programming masters, like people with a ton of know-how, not even programming, like design, to make that program make sense. Because it sure as fuck does not make sense. And you've spent as many literal years as I have spent trying to get that program to work over time. And giving up every time because it's just a huge pain in the massive freaking dick. Just a huge pain. On an unrelated note, I'm fucking jealous that my little laptop fucking runs at like 80, 90 frames per second on this game at, I think, higher graphics settings than I have it set to right now. But just because it's not also simultaneously streaming it. There's like, you know, and it only has a 3060, which is technically a little less powerful than the 2070 I have. It does have a what's it called? It does have a an 11th generation processor in it. It's got an i7 1100 or 11800H. It runs at a fair bit lower clock speed than the processor I have in my main PC, but it has 2 more cores and two more threads. 8 cores, 16 threads instead of 6 cores, 12 threads like this one has. I have put thought into using it as basically my streaming PC, but unfortunately, that would remove my children's ability to play video games next to me up here when they come to visit. I have them half of the time, and my ex has them half of the time, and so when they're with me, that's how, you know, we often play games together. And I could technically use it for being a streaming machine, but I would just guarantee that when they're with me I couldn't stream. Whereas there's a fair number of times when they're with me that we still hang out and we'll play something alongside one another even while I'm streaming. Plus I'd have to like move it from where it's at every time back and forth, and it got dropped, and the screen is fortunately not broken in terms of like, function, but it's physically like messed up, so like I don't want it to get any worse. So I have a monitor hooked to it so they can have two monitors, but also because I don't want them like, you know, I want it in their minds, I want it to be like a stationary thing that sits on that table. I don't want them to think like they can close it and move it around, because that will surely finish the old the hinge on the lid, the part that's broken. I will surely finish that off, do it in, do the old beast in. So I've thought about using that, but I'd have to get creative on a way to run it from so far away. I do have like remote login programs that I can use. That may be a solution. The other big hurdle is that for all the things it does better and more efficient, not even efficient, more streamlined, more polished, for all the great ways that Streamlabs stands out compared to OBS, it shits all over anyone wanting to use Streamlabs to dual PC, because currently it doesn't support the ability for an NDI. So if I don't have it right next to me, I have to remote in and use it to control the stream remotely, and it doesn't have a way to directly, well, theoretically if I had a capture card it would work just fine, but I don't have a capture card or the couple $100 to buy one. Otherwise I would just buy an ARC, Intel ARC card, and just, you know, dual GPU in my system. But unfortunately that wouldn't solve my processor, so there would still be a benefit to dual streaming, like dual PC streaming off that machine for its processor. But it requires, because I don't have a capture card, I have to use a program called NDI, and you can't send just like a program. It's not as seamless, it's not as like clean. I'd send the whole ass screen, which would mean that like if I gotta hit, you know, although I did just freshly install my PC, it's like basically it's almost as generic as you can get. So I don't know. But the problem is if I pulled a window over to the main screen, or forgot that a window was on the main screen that had any like personal important information or anything like that, I just don't like the security of not being able to control which window. And currently you can accept an NDI stream in Streamlabs from a program like OBS. So theoretically I could stream from OBS, or, you know, or rather, I could set everything up in OBS, but part of the reason I switched to Streamlabs is because it's just a lot cleaner. It's a lot more polished. You do have more control, you know, from a raw control perspective. You have more control with OBS because you have a virtually unlimited number of plugins you can use with OBS. But it's not as clean, it's not as polished, and I like the simplicity, especially as a new streamer, of I like the simplicity of having Streamlabs, like of using Streamlabs. So my options would be to use Streamlabs, just send the video feed to the secondary PC. Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. I send the video stream through OBS, and then I would run the stream off the secondary PC, but because it's not through a capture card and it's through NDI, it would be the whole screen. So I'd have to control the stream from the other PC remotely, because I wouldn't be able to move it with its busted hinge back and forth for when my kids want to play games on it and the times I use it for streaming. Plus, it's not necessarily the greatest idea to get set up for and bet on being able to stream on a machine that could potentially get dropped and, you know, broken or spilled something. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that could technically happen, but with extra users on a given device, it just ups the chances for something to happen, and then I'd be back to single PC stream anyway. My other alternative, which doesn't really offer any benefits, but at least does technically come without the risk of the risks involved with someone else using the machine, is I have this tiny little like mini ATX, or it might even be micro. I think it's actually micro ATX form factor PC, and it has a, what processor does it have in it? I'm gonna look because I don't want to misspeak. I have the ability to look right now, so give me a second. I'm gonna look. It has an AMD Ryzen 9 4900H, so nothing amazing, but it's another. It's also an 8-core, 16-thread at almost the exact like processor speed, but has just the integrated like onboard graphics. So I would have to software encode, which honestly could work. But that's where the potential benefits without really a downside end, because yet again, because I don't have a capture card, I would have to settle for using that NDI program, which because Streamlabs in their infinite lack of wisdom in this department saw fit, for whatever stupid ass reason, to exclude sending an NDI source. So, for example, in OBS, you can send a preview. There's a plugin that lets you send your preview out. So I could use OBS to just simply preview the stream, and then handle all of the other stuff on that machine. But I'd have to like reconfigure a few things, and then it would actually technically stream off that other PC using the video feed from my main machine as purely like the game input capture. You know, and all that could theoretically work. Like, it's like damn close to being like kind of like a good working solution. It's just a little bit jank, so I'm like, I don't know. I keep getting like the idea to do it, but I just never quite pull the trigger on it, and I don't know if it's worth doing. And like, you know, I'm always torn, because it's like, should I just be streaming? Like, I need to be streaming, or do I need to be like talking with shit to try to hopefully make the stream better? Which, you know, that is ideal. Like, you know, the stream being better would be ideal. I do need to reload the game real quick, because I keep getting this error. I think I have like a memory leak or something. Pretty rare, but I've had it happen in this game a few times over the year. Not quite a year. It's been like 8 or 9 months ago when I played. I took a big break until recently. I went like 6 months without playing, but yeah, when I started playing again recently,